next 7 to 10 minutes, one of two things will happen. I will have women salivating to reach into my throat and pull out my vocal cords, and men will cheer. Or I'll have men and women both listen for just a few minutes. The light bulb will turn on and perhaps both will cheer. I believe that men have the most important leadership role in the family, and that too many men, women, and children are confused about this important fact. The role of father has been hijacked, minimized, and tragically even villainized, which is why I have ventured on this quest to help men step into their highest calling. 72% of Americans agree that fatherlessness is our greatest social problem. Is it because men just suck at being fathers? Or do we have a bigger problem? Men, do you ever feel like you're trying to fly your family jet and your lady keeps trying to push you out of the cockpit? I have been guilty of this. There have been times I didn't like the way my husband was flying. I didn't like something he was doing. I tried to ramrod some kind of change I wanted into the relationship. Let me share with you an analogy of a family jet. Imagine, husband is the pilot in the left seat. His lovely lady is the co-pilot in the right seat, the love seat. And when they are coordinated and they're both flying in the same direction, headed for Hawaii, everyone is happy. But if for some reason she doesn't think they're going high enough, or she doesn't think they're going fast enough, or they should take a detour to Alaska instead, and she reaches over to his controls and tries to take over, this is what often happens. He throws his hands in the air and says, "To hell with this. If you think you can fly this plane so much better, your airplane, you fly." And he could take, then pull that ripcord, eject out, leaving her unskilled to handle all the controls in the cockpit, which could put the plane in a stall or a spin and possibly crash and burn. 70% of all divorces filed are filed by women. Now ladies, I understand. If the man in your cockpit is not pilot material, you have got a problem. And at this point, you need to decide if he's capable of being pilot material. So instead of pushing him out, you could use your innate gift of pulling him back in. Do you understand, if you give a man your heart, your trust, and your affection, he will go to the ends of the earth for you. When a good man feels honored and respected, he will do anything to make his wife feel happy and satisfied. Did you know men are instinctively great pilot material? They're great leaders and protectors. They have this ability to make very important split-second decisions. Like there's this story from 2017. An 89-year-old woman is crossing the railroad tracks, and she notices the arm comes down, the train is approaching, and she freezes. She gets scared. Well, 28-year-old Jonathan Mango, he sees the situation and immediately responds. He jumps, races over, jumps over the barricade, grabs her, gets her off the tracks just seconds before that train speeds past, inches behind them. Now let me share with you the lady's brain. We are slow, we are cautious, we are careful. And so I might see the lady walking, try to calculate her speed. What is that? The speed of the train that's approaching. Does anybody else see the situation? What shoes did I put on today? How fast can I run? And all these things are slowly going to process through my brain before I can even tell my hands, unbuckle the seatbelt, open the car door, and run. Men are great leaders and protectors because they can make very important split-second decisions. And ladies, this is why shopping with us kills them. Men, stop getting pushed out of your cockpit. Become an ace pilot leader instead. Your family needs your leadership, and if you want her to give you her heart, her trust, and her affection, you've got to be the pilot, the captain of your family jet. You can't play games, you can't not take care of them, even if you did not have a role model, even if you feel inadequate or insecure, you can learn to be a good leader. Now I'm going to teach men the 4 most important hours to become an ace pilot leader of your family jet. Hope you're ready. Number 1, start with a personal power hour each and every day. Commit to some form of mental, physical, and spiritual practice. Your engine needs daily maintenance, and we need you to be strong. Number 2, have a co-pilot power hour each and every week with her. Take her out, check in with her, find out what is her turbulence, what is she struggling with, compliment her, treat her to something special. Maybe every Thursday from 6 to 7. We need to feel loved. Number 3, organize a family power hour each and every week. Spend time as a family laughing, talking, and playing together. Maybe every Sunday at 7 o'clock. We need you to lead. And number 4, prioritize a Posterity Power Hour each and every month, one-on-one with each of your children, doing something fun. I believe a father who bonds with his children and he leads them with love creates positive transfer which will carry them into adulthood. Now ladies, I have some thoughts for you. You can support him in these 4 hours by being supportive, by being agreeable, by helping him plan, by building some enthusiasm with the children, and being on time. I'd love to share a little poem with you. To dads near and far, lend me your ear. I'll tell you a secret I want you to hear. You are the pilot of your family jet, the greatest adventure you ever can get. Gather your family like a captain in command. They need you to create a flight plan. A mission statement is a great place to start, to share the values you hold in your heart. If you fly with direction and you don't get off course, you will reduce the risk she will file for divorce. Now take your calling firmly by the yoke. Be patient. Don't let anger provoke. Lead like an ace. Give them kindness and grace. Love like a dad who is happy and not mad. And lift their self-worth because they are your greatest treasures on earth. In closing, when a husband and a wife, they stay together in the cockpit, they learn to fly coordinated, they increase the likelihood that their family jet will arrive at the destination happily ever after.